Perfect. Okay. We are live yet again. Welcome, welcome. Before this actually properly starts, guys, I have the live chat on, and I'm not seeing the live chat. Every time I finish the stream, I see the live chat, like it says that people were chatting, and I'm not seeing it while the live stream is on. Which is not a good thing because I want to see what you guys are saying, and I'm not able to. Even during the stream, I'm not seeing the chat. Uh, I'll figure out a fix for this, but I'm just saying this ain't good. This really ain't good. Hold on, I need to. Oh, sorry. I need to turn the brightness up on my phone. And okay, perfect, perfect. Yeah. So I don't think I have any updates to say yet, but we'll just dive straight into it. We will keep it philosophical. We will keep it deep, very deep, and we'll see how it goes. So, as the title says, I've been pondering on the question, do you see yourself? And it's a question. Okay. And it's a question that I would have for you, the viewer, or the listener, or whoever, however you're listening to or watching this. Do you see yourself? Right? Think about it. When you look in the mirror, you see yourself. Who do you see? The present you? The past you? The future you? Imagine this. Our ancestors, this just came to me and I was actually so shook. This goes into self confidence. In today's day and age, in 2026, right? It's very looks based. A lot of things are. You will have the thing where a lot of people are looks maxing, like Clavicular, or a lot of these YouTubers who will tell you, dress this way, do this, do that. A lot of stuff is basic common sense, which, it actually does blow your mind sometimes. Like basic hygiene. Oh, my mind is blown, right? But no, for real, all these things do make an impact. I'm not doing that. Um, basically, hello. Anyways, like, well, um, keep it positive. Keep the chat positive, right? So a lot of things are based on looks maxing, perfuming yourself, finding things that suit you, your style, even a haircut, how a haircut fits your face. It's all interesting how the looks maxing community works, and even though the way they function, they're not technically wrong. You do have to upskill yourself. But what I'm saying is, this day and age, um, we are very focused on um, looks maxing. Whether you're going into the club, whether you're going into um, any social event, it's all based on looks. Especially if you're going on on the pole, like it's very based on looks. But think about it this way: back in the hunter gatherer days, Chad, do you know what the hunter gatherer days were? Do you remember when people were hunting dinosaurs and elephants? Do you remember those days where you would bring a woman to a cave, cook her a nice meat that you got from the elephant you hunted? Or what would you hunt back then? A saber tooth, those big tigers with the fucking claws, like, right? Those days are over. That era of romanticism is long gone. But I was thinking about back then, bro, these people never knew what they looked like. You know what I mean? They never had mirrors. The only time they would ever see themselves was when they would look at themselves at their own reflection in a piece of ice or a lake or a river, ocean, beach. That's the only time people back then would see themselves or know what they look like. back then, do you know what I mean? You were so not focused on what you looked like. It literally had no impact on anything. You would obviously probably still judge people back then whether they're attractive or not, but it literally just doesn't add up. I can see the chat now, which is great. Thank you, Jack. You're fucking killing the chat right now. God bless. But that whole idea of um, not knowing what you look like played a huge part when it came to confidence. When people didn't care what they looked like, it was a different thing. I know you're the only one here, bro, but there's like hundreds of people watching these streams after, so it doesn't. I'm glad you're here. But yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying about the looks maxing? I have to put some things. We can't be saying a lot of these things, brother. So the whole looks maxing thing is very interesting because with the whole aspect of confidence, hold on, I'm so thrown off by the whole thing now. Let me just recompose myself. Hold on. Like, do you know how much easier it was back then to be like a knight or a king or like anyone, like a peasant even? You literally straight up just rolled with whatever um your life was. Right, I'm gonna have to fucking mute this shit. Alright, so what is happening is I was thinking that the whole confidence thing these days is based on your looks. It truly, really is. But back then it wasn't. It was truly based on your experience, on your character, on how you acted, what you said, what you did, and how you just approached life, what your purpose or goal in that lifetime was, right? Obviously, back then it was to survive. Now, yeah, it's to survive as well, but we're all, this is such a good segue into what I was going to go into. Now we are also doing things, eating, uh, working out, all of these things, either to look better or just live longer. A lot of people live with, I don't know, maybe there is a goal, maybe there is a purpose, right? When you don't have it, I don't think you truly do take care of yourself in a way, which is incredible in a way. Because then I was pondering upon the whole concept of AI, right? We are living at a time where you can use AI to learn anything. You can literally have AI create a perfect diet for you, tell you which vitamins to take and which ones to not take. You can literally, I wouldn't say experiment because it's got a bad undertone to it, but you can literally mess around with things that may or may not work for you and literally become superhuman in a way where you have a whole diet dedicated to what your body needs for whatever it does every single day. If you're working away 12 hours a day, you can definitely get a diet that does exactly that. It's built for keeping your muscle mass going, for expanding your energy levels, and keeping you going well rested for the next day. It's incredible how that works. But you can even use AI to upskill yourself and learn about certain topics and certain ideas, which is just, again, incredible how we literally have this piece of technology in our hands. I know I'm, in a way, probably backtracking with my idea on AI earlier. I don't like how the data centers, destroy and pollute the environment, but the whole, kind of everything does in a way. Cars do it too, right? We humans do as well. It's incredible how the whole concept works. But going back to what I was saying, this little piece of technology can get you so far in so many aspects of life. And I just find it mad that there's so many people still. I'm not trying to call people out. I'm really not. But I find it just so interesting how you can still find people just brain rotting themselves by doom scrolling on social media. Like, whatever dream you have or whatever you're trying to achieve, it's so much easier now, more than ever, if you use AI as an assistant. Not as a tool to do it for you, but just to aid you in whatever you're trying to do or whatever you're thinking of doing. It's astounding. And that was such a perfect segue as well into the whole topic of, do you see yourself? Because it's so easy. It's not easy actually, because if it was easy, everyone would do it. But it is incredible that we live in a like time in history where you can be anyone, achieve anything, and do anything, and it's all at our fingertips, you know. So, do you see yourself? Do you see what you can become? Are you looking at who you were, right? Because whoever you're building to be towards tomorrow, you have to embody that today. You have to embody that spirit, that mindset, the whole vibe. You have to have it today. You have to be the you from tomorrow, whatever it is. Imagine this: if you're a bodybuilder, right? If you're a bodybuilder, in order to build the whole perfect physique that you're trying to achieve tomorrow, it won't happen tomorrow. It has to be a slow progression over weeks, over months, over years. And in order to achieve it today, every day, because tomorrow will be today, tomorrow, you build towards it and you achieve it. But that's what I mean by embodying it today. Because imagine this: you're telling yourself tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Tomorrow is today. So, do you see yourself, right? Because I had this again. I had a thing happen recently, both a positive and a negative experience. I'll start with the negative one because it segues into the positive one. But I had an altercation. I wouldn't say altercation because it was very far from an altercation because I just ignored it. It's not worth it's not worth the time or the energy. And I'll say it why. I'll say why in a bit. But I had an encounter with and I probably should. This is the only time I'll talk about uh an encounter like this because it's best not to give it any energy. But encounter with some just haters, like, and it's like it was just so funny because I already instantly saw the L's they were taking while they were trying to land one proper L on me. Just, you know, just I don't know how to say it, but it's just like just mean words and shit. Which again, to me, I really I don't care. Like, I'm doing my own thing. I know the reason they're upset or angry is because like they're not doing whatever they want to do. So they have to bring someone else down who is doing something. I had another negative experience back four 4 years ago, I'd say, at this stage when I was performing on stage for the first time. You know, the music I presented was written by me. Again, the music is it's coming out. A lot of it is out right now. And I'm not saying it was the best, but it was still good and it's being improved. But right before I perform at this festival, I had someone throw a whole bottle of beer at me. Or a can. I'm not sure what it was. Right before I even got to perform. And, you know, it's interesting because, like, the person was probably trying to, like, just show, I don't like whatever you're doing. But it was directed at me. I just stood. And it's like, you just stand and the thing flies beside you. You're like, okay, nothing flew next. Like, but, you know, I talked to people right after the concert, festival. Let's just call it a festival so we don't switch topics. But So, like, a lot of the people that came out to see me perform were so angry at the person that threw it. Countless of them said that they themselves were literally thinking of just scrapping the person on the spot, showing them, literally teaching them a lesson. And I didn't even have to do anything, right? So it's very interesting how you doing something negative towards someone, they don't have to do anything back to you because your own ego, your own negativity just brings you down because it's just not right. It doesn't even matter if it was directed at one person in specific. That's just something you don't do, no matter who it is, right? And right when I got off the festival stage, I had two encounters. Again, positive and negative. The first negative one was where this was the first thing that happened as soon as I got off. I'm not sure if it was the same person that threw the can or whatever. I don't know their name. I don't know their face. They're so irrelevant to me. But the story itself has so much depth to it, especially when you break it down. You can take out so much from it. Um, Someone walks past me as I get off the stage and they just bump shoulders. And I'm like, okay, bro, did you not see 200 people just vibe out? And you're coming up and you're running off like as fast as you did it, you're gone like the wind as soon as I turn around. It's just incredible how there's no backbone there. So I don't know what you were trying to prove. And right after that encounter, I have another stranger run up to me and they're like, who are you? Like your music is incredible. How have I never heard of you? And we had a great conversation about music, just how I do it, and just a great encounter with someone who actually is positive. And that just goes to show the duality, the yin and yang of experiences, the positive and the negative, both polar opposites in this case, where you have someone loving it and someone hating it, and they both show it. They both show the extreme. Going back to the story of how I had my encounter, the most recent one, I was walking around. I talked to a couple people about it. They all laughed how it was just ridiculous that people would even bother. And then I kept walking. The days would pass. And then I walked past a group of kids and they were impressed by everything. So, again, do you see yourself, right? With the impact that you have or whatever you pursue in life, do you see yourself and which side do you see? Do you see the negative side of yourself or the positive side of yourself? Do you see the positive experiences that you have or the negative experiences that you have? Do you look at the positive impact slash consequences or do you look at the negative impact slash consequences? It's very interesting. And I still love doing this regardless of whatever I run into because it's not even like about upsetting people or their ego. They just do it themselves. Because again, if you're upset with whatever I'm doing, it's because you're not doing something. And there's nothing stopping you except yourself, your own issues in your head, in your heart. So again, this is probably the only time I'll talk about this, but it's a very interesting topic. And again, the whole point of these live streams is to break it down philosophically and all that. And maybe you guys will see something relatable in this and have a takeaway. And again, whatever you create, you will obviously be met with people saying that's bad. I don't like it. I think it's terrible. But you will also be met with people that love it, people that adore it, right? So again, what will you focus on? The couple words that say it's bad, or the other words that say it's amazing, right? Because again, who are you? Which reaction are you doing it for? The good one or the bad one? And again, which one will you focus on when it arrives? Right? And that's not to say don't listen to constructive criticism. Constructive criticism is great and it will get you further than you were. And it's, again, don't look at it from an ego perspective. You have to look at everything from a perspective where you're willing to change and adapt and improve. And then obviously, if you're bad at something, you're bad at something. But the good thing is you can improve it. Like, you can't make it worse, surely. Unless, like, you aim to make it worse. Like, why would that be a thing, right? But essentially, that's what I mean by, do you see yourself? Do you actually see you, yourself, the listener, with what you do, whatever you're aiming at, whatever you did or who you were? Do you see it? Because again, who you were, I'm literally seeing and learning this as I go with the time. But literally, the older you get, just the more different you are from who you were younger, which is incredible. It's actually crazy how you can literally look at pictures or videos of yourself, and in a way, you've matured so much, changed that you don't like you do recognize it, but it's just incredible. And let's see, would I also want to go anywhere else with this conversation of do you see yourself? Hmm, I'm not sure. Let me see the chat. I had to turn chat off because it was just getting spammed. Oh my god. Waterfalls. Oh my god. The waterfalls, I already told you, fam. The waterfalls are a exclusive conversation for like cake or something. I don't ever want to go there, but we're not going into those conversations. They're the best. They are the best. We're not going there. We're just not. Now, let's do, because we've reached the 22-minute mark. It's incredible how I did it. We will look at the book because we had another lesson to cover, but um, let's see. I've applied the last lesson, and there were a couple things that I was running into, and I would ask myself, why does this make me feel this way or that? I broke it down. You really do reach the point of knowing that, in a way, God is always with you, and there's no reason to be afraid of anything. In a way, you should be still wary of things, but again, if you're smart, like, do you know what I mean? You just don't do things that don't make sense, like bad things. You just do good things because again, you just stick to your character or goal or whatever you want to call it. We were on lesson 5. Now we'll go on to lesson 6. Actually, I skipped to lesson 15. So maybe this is a sign that I should read page 15. So I'll click this here. So it'll just be better. Okay. Now we will read the book. This might be a bedtime story for some people. Well, right. So I'll just do this. Okay. Lesson 15. My thoughts are images that I have made. It is because the thoughts you think appear as images that you do not recognize them as nothing. You think them, and so you think you see them. This is how your seeing was made. Yo, this is perfect. Wait, how did this happen? This is perfect for the video idea. This is so hold on, I need to break this down. My thoughts are images that I have made because you yourself create everything that you think. Everything you create starts with your thoughts. Every idea, every creation, everything you say starts with a thought. And again, anything you react to, doesn't matter if it's instantaneous or if you take your time, if you're composed and stoic about it, or if it's rushed because you're emotional, it all comes from a thought. What is the thought? My thoughts are images that I have made because the thoughts you think appear as images that you do not recognize them as nothing, right? Do you understand? The images that you see are not nothing. There is meaning to them because there's something behind them. Feeling. You think them, and so you think you see them. This is how your seeing was made. And again, seeing is in quotes, right? This is the function you have given your body's eyes. It is not seeing, it is image making. It takes the place of seeing, replacing vision with illusions. That's very true as well, because everything you see, is it actually how you see it? Because again, it all stems from your thoughts. I feel like I'm repeating myself. You might be getting lost with what I'm saying, but I hope it makes sense by the end of it. You have the capacity of making what you see an illusion or what it actually is. Let's say you're presented with the truth and you cannot stomach the truth. So you cast illusion on yourself. Oh, surely that's not what it is. This will never happen. Oh, this will. You see what I mean? This introductory idea to the process of image making that you call seeing will not have much meaning for you. You will begin to understand it when you have seen little edges of light around the same familiar objects which you see now. This is the beginning of real vision. You can be certain that real vision will come to you as quickly when this has occurred. Sorry. Um, as we go along, you may have many light episodes. They may take many different forms, some of them quite unexpected. Do not be afraid of them. They are signs that you are opening your eyes at last. They will not persist because they merely symbolize true perception, and they are not related to knowledge. These exercises will not reveal knowledge to you, but they will prepare the way to it. In practicing the idea for today, repeat it first to yourself and then apply it to whatever you see around you, using its name and letting your eyes rest on it as you say. This something is an image that I have made. That something is an image that I have made. So, I assume the idea of this would be when you arrive at concepts or thoughts about something. Again, I said it earlier. When it comes to constructive criticism, constructive feedback, again, you should be open to expand and build upon it to improve and make it better rather than stay stuck in, I know everything. I know what it is. You won't get anywhere with that attitude. So, this concept is an image that I have made. So, then again, what is someone else's image of that same concept? Is it similar? Why is it similar? Is it because you agree on the ethics of it? Is it because you agree on the bad things that have happened before with it, where it should go as a good thing? Maybe you both have ideas to improve it. That's why teamwork, cooperation is great, because you get to expand one idea into something even better. It is not necessary to include a large number of specific subjects for the application of today's idea. It is necessary, however, to continue to look at each subject while you repeat the idea to yourself. The idea should be repeated quite slowly each time. Although you will obviously not be able to apply the idea to very many things during the minute or so of practice that is recommended, try to make the selection as random as possible. Less than a minute will do for the practice periods. If you begin to feel uneasy, do not have more than three applications. See, this is interesting because it's like you're supposed to spend a minute on this, and this book is taking it so seriously. Oh my god. Do not have any more than three application periods for today's idea unless you feel completely comfortable with it and do not exceed four. So, literally, what it's saying is start with three. Do it three times during the day. If something happens or you see something, you're like, or even just ponder, like, just if you have nothing to do, instead of going on your phone, you look at something, you're like, this thing that I think of isn't actually how it seems. There's more to it. And why is there more to it? And it's like you just start thinking and thinking. It's like these little exercises change so much with your life, just how you look at things and encounter things and how you approach them. However, the idea can be applied as needed throughout the day. So it's saying you can do this as much as you'd like. So my thoughts or images that I have made. So again, judging by what the topic was about, the way you see yourself, whether you see yourself as a 10 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 3 out of 10, you've created that concept of yourself. And again, is that actually true? Just by looks? Is there not a character there? Is there no personality there? Is there no experience? Is there no talent? Are there no skills? Is there no potential? Really? Incredible. And again, with whatever you do, create, destroy, if you're on the dark side, like, right? The question still remains, what is the image that you create yourself with the reactions you get, right? Because again, that that's just amazing. Like I was gonna say something, but I literally thought of 10 things at once. Yeah. Yeah, everyone thinks different. Everyone acts different. Everyone is different. Right? And that's what makes it beautiful. Truly. So thanks for watching. I hope you get some takeaway from this. Just I suppose all I did in this little podcast live stream episode just raise questions like that get you thinking. I suppose this is the whole, what would you call it, format for these live streams at this stage. It'll be like a surprise stream where we do music, and then we have some where I cover an idea or topic, and then we read a little lesson thingy, and it gets us thinking. Hopefully, they all relate to whatever the topic is, but that's just incredible. That was on lesson 4. Just flicks to page 15. Great stuff. Anyways, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves, and hope you have a good one. Thanks for watching again and supporting the channel. And more music soon. I keep saying this, and I keep saying that I keep saying this, and it is coming. It'll be worth the wait. There's so much. I'm literally focused on building the foundations first, because again, the whole point isn't to blow up. I don't think it ever was. It's literally to just have it be something, you know. Like I was thinking about this today. Yeah, I was thinking about this today. Uh, let's say you're an artist or a musician, and you have two options to choose from. I'm gonna do this as a test to other musicians. What would you rather choose? Option A, where you make it big, right? You make it big, you get a bag, you're well known. What then? What's the goal then? What's the what like you know? Was the whole goal to make a bag? Is that it? To be like, oh, I'm seen, I'm here, right? Or is it option B, where you create something that changes someone's heart? The whole idea came because I was listening to an artist that I like, and I was thinking about how much they went through, and they're still fucking kicking it, and their music is still really good. And I was like, oh my god, like just the fact that they do it makes me just like it just inspires you, motivates you. That's the spirit of it. That's the like vibe and energy of it. And I was just thinking about these two concepts, and I'm like, like probably option B, where you keep it going with other people that need it bad, that need it more than you. And that'll be it for the stream.